Hi everyone, it's Thursday and you're watching Healthy Happy Fitness. This week's topic is disordered or bad eating habits, and I'll just talk to you about my history and things that I found that helped me with my bad eating habits. Here we go. So I'll just talk to you about my eating habits and what has helped me change my eating habits for the better. So to start, my history. I don't have disordered eating, but I do tend towards bad eating habits. Nothing quite really extreme as what Kat was talking about in her video, but bad eating habits nonetheless. This is something that I've been working on pretty consistently since December. I mean, slowly, very slowly over the years I've been changing and expanding my palate, but just recently since December I think that I have really thinking about what I'm eating. Ever since I was little, I've been a picky eater. Between that and not really liking vegetables, I had a generally poor diet. I get stuck in these weird breakfast eating patterns where I eat the same thing for breakfast every day for years. So mostly probably the late end of elementary school into middle school and I think most of high school. I don't even remember. I ate Pop-Tarts for breakfast every day. The only thing that changed was the flavor of the Pop-Tart. So I'd have probably 3 boxes of Pop-Tarts. I'd eat a different flavor each day, or I'd finish one box and then I'd eat the other and then eat the next box. It was terrible. And then when I was in college, I moved on to Special K cereal. Healthier, obviously, than Pop-Tarts, but still not that great because it's full of sugar. I never ate the recommended serving size. I always used to have a huge bowl with the milk. Not so great for you. And now, which is my healthiest option to date, I eat oatmeal for breakfast every day, which is actually really good for me because I have a history and my family has a history of high blood pressure and cholesterol. So eating oatmeal every day is probably my best bet. Something else that I have a hard time with is sweets. If it's in the house, I'm going to eat it, and I'm going to eat a lot of it. For example, 2 weekends ago, I made chocolate peanut butter gluten-free cookies, and I ate a ton of them. Every time I was in the kitchen, I'd grab a cookie. They were small like this, but they were terrible for you. I mean, it was basically peanut butter, brown sugar, and chocolate powder, and an egg. I mean, these weren't good for me, but they were good, and I made some, and I brought some to my grandmother, but because I knew that I could eat them, because they didn't have wheat in them, and I made them myself, there's some weird thing in my brain that said, hey, go eat a cookie because you can eat it. So sweets are my downfall. I have a huge sweet tooth. It's pretty terrible. This goes for any kind of sweet, whether it be cookies, candy, indulgent trail mix, chocolate covered granola bar. If it's sweet, I want it and I'm gonna eat it. Those are my basic bad eating habits. Having been eating terrible things for breakfast for many years, not eating enough vegetables, and having a huge sweet tooth. Now I'm going to move on to things that have helped me change my eating habits for the better, so they're not so terrible. First, I like to plan what I'm going to eat ahead of time. When I started doing Insanity for the second time is when I actually started following the meal plan. I did that because I figured if I really wanted solid results, I had to change the way I was eating. I started following the meal plan pretty closely, almost exactly. There are some things on it that I don't like, so I just completely cut them out of the meal plan and replaced it with something else. But doing this helped me introduce more vegetables into my diet. I mean, I would eat corn and peas, some broccoli if it was cooked in like stir fry, but nothing on the regular. So I really didn't eat very many vegetables. Also, I started eating a lot more fruit with the Insanity meal plan. While I no longer actually follow the meal plan exactly, I've still stuck with the eat between 5 and 6 times a day idea. So it's breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, and maybe another snack, depending on how much exercise that I did that day, or, if I'm hungry, I'll eat. So I definitely have done that. I've found that eating this way has helped me to reduce overeating because I'm planning out what I'm going to eat. I am choosing only the recommended serving size. And I'm not as hungry when I do eat. So rather than eating 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and being starving by the time I get to that point and then shoving my face full of food and eating way too much, I eat the smaller meals a day. And doing that, I've definitely cut down on the amount of food that I eat, which is really good. Because I really like to eat, but sometimes I just eat too much. I've also been trying to eat as naturally as possible. If I do buy and or eat something that is pre-packaged, I tend to read the label first. And if there's something in there that I don't recognize or sounds really chemically or man-made, I try not to eat it. I mean, we're supposed to be eating the things that the earth gives us. So if it's all sorts of processed crap in the food, I won't eat it. I think that's the better way to go, don't you think? The next thing that I've been doing that has helped me start eating healthier is that I've been sharing recipes and meal plans with my dad. Yes, I'm 26, I still live at home, but in my defense, I do live in one of the most expensive states, and I have student loans. So that's a thing. But yes, just this past week, I made a meal plan for 3 weeks, and I sent it to my dad and it said, here, since you're always complaining that no one ever gives you ideas, here you go. Got 3 weeks worth of dinner all planned out. You just gotta buy the stuff and make it. So that started this week and it's been going pretty well so far. Yesterday we had chicken salad with a fruit salad side, and today was turkey stuffed peppers with sweet potato on the side, which was banging. So that's one of the better ways, because I know I can eat healthy breakfast and lunch because I'm making my own food, packing it, and bringing it with me to work or eating it at home in the morning. But dinner is always, kind of up in the air. I never know what's going to be there when I get home. But this way I do know or have an idea of what will be on the table, so I can plan my day accordingly to what I should eat. Next thing that I have done that has helped tremendously is that I have eliminated wheat from my diet. I know that this is kind of controversial these days because many people are going gluten-free because it's a new fad diet, and they don't necessarily have to be gluten-free, but they are doing it anyway because it's what people do. I don't consider myself gluten-free because there are things that I eat that do have gluten in them but do not have wheat. It's kind of a weird line, and I'm not so concerned about the gluten thing because I am not allergic to it. I don't have a sensitivity to it, but I don't eat wheat. I chose to try going wheat-free after reading the book Wheat Belly. After reading it, or while reading it, it's really eye-opening to see how much wheat, or how wheat isn't as good for us as we have been made to believe that it is. So it was kind of an experiment at first, and then after I kind of detoxed, but I didn't really have any side effects from eliminating meat from my diet. I just didn't really crave it anymore, and it doesn't even bother me for the most part that I don't eat it. Eliminating meat from my diet has also helped with the sweet issue that I have, because in most baked goods there is wheat, there's flour, so I can't eat cookies and cakes and pastries, so I don't even try. Like, if my parents buy cookies or something, I think, whatever, they can eat them, they have wheat in them, so I won't eat them. And it has really helped me in that way, because a lot of times, like I said before, I would go to the kitchen, grab something that's easy to take and snack, like grab a handful of M&Ms or 2 cookies from the cookie jar or something like that. I can do that anymore because, it has wheat in it. Well, M&Ms don't, but you get the idea. Eliminating wheat from my diet has also eliminated bread from my diet. I don't necessarily have to be bread-free because there are gluten-free breads, but they are not necessarily pocketbook friendly. So I just don't eat sandwiches really anymore. Actually, this past Saturday was the first time that I've had a sandwich made with gluten-free bread since probably January, maybe? I think. Yeah, I think that would be sufficient to say that I've not had a sandwich since January. And it was good and I liked it, but I wasn't like, oh man, I really miss sandwiches now. So, last but not least, I have designated sugar days. I got this idea from this family that does daily vlogs on YouTube. They're called the Shaytards. And what they've done is that they've eliminated all processed sugar from their diets during the week. And then on the weekend they can have their treats such as, cake or ice cream or whatever that has sugar in it. This has also really helped me with my sugar sweet intake. That doesn't mean that on the weekends that I binge on sugar. It just means that on Saturday or Sunday, if I feel the need to have a cookie or a gluten-free cookie, or say ice cream or frozen yogurt or anything that has sugar in it, that those are the specific days that I will have them. For example, there are some days where I would like to put lemon curd in my oatmeal with berries, and it's really good lemony berry flavor, but lemon curd is a lot of sugar. I think it's the first or second ingredient in lemon curd is sugar. So I save my lemon curd and berry oatmeal for Saturday or Sunday. It's, it's helped me a ton to do that. For example, last night I went out to dinner with my friend, and almost every time we go out to eat, we get ice cream or frozen yogurt afterwards. And as soon as we finished our meal last night, it was the words, "Do you want to go to Friendly's?" were on the tip of my tongue as soon as we finished. But I didn't say it because last week was a terrible week for me. I ate so much crap. Sunday I was like, you know what? This week I'm restarting no sugar during the week, and I'm going to stick to it. So on Monday when I went out to dinner, there was probably sugar in my salad dressing, but whatever. You can't really avoid it in all places unless you're making your own food. But anyway, it was on the tip of my tongue. I really did want to go get ice cream, but I was good and I did not. So that's how designated sugar days help me. They keep me in check. They give me self-control. And I think it's good to have self-control, especially when it comes to things like sugar and sweets. And that's it. But I think the most important thing to remember is that if you do have an eating disorder of any kind, and you don't think that you can help yourself, talk to someone. It can be to any one of us here at Healthy Happy Fitness. It can be your friend. It can be a teacher, your parents, any relative. someone will listen to you and someone will help you. I think that's the most important thing to remember, is that you're not alone. Everyone has their challenges and someone will help you. And that's it. I'll see you next Thursday right here on Healthy Happy Fitness.
Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Tumblr. I'll see you next week.
Bam!
Guess who just had to record her intro because her head was cut off? This one.